Hello again. Thank you for joining us. If you're looking for a quick introduction to UCITS ETFs, check out our previous video here. In today's episode, we'll dive deeper into the global liquidity provision of UCITS ETFs. To understand UCITS ETF liquidity, it helps first to take a look at the US market. US ETFs benefit from a single national market system and a key piece of trading regulation, the national market system. This regulation removes barriers between US exchanges, improving transparency and trade routing. Here's why that matters. Investors see a clear exchange agnostic best bid price to sell and best ask price to buy, known as the national best bid and offer. On-exchange ETF trades are automatically routed to the best venue. As a result, on-exchange trading dominates US ETF activity, and pulling historical average daily volume data is much more straightforward. UCITS ETFs trade globally across diverse markets, from the EU and UK to Mexico and even the US, each with unique investor preferences. This global footprint means liquidity works completely different compared to US ETFs. Unlike US ETFs, a single UCITS ETF mandate can come in multiple share classes or flavors like ice cream, tailored for different investors. Income versus accumulation. Income classes pay dividends in cash, while accumulation classes reinvest those dividends automatically. Hedged classes. These reduce currency risk by hedging the ETF's value back to the investor's local currency. For example, USD hedged to Mexican peso. On top of these flavors, there are additional variations. Think of them as toppings on your UCITS ice cream. The trading venues, where the trade happens on or off exchange. Currencies, the currency in which the trade is executed. Combine flavors and toppings, and you can end up with hundreds of possible combinations for a single ETF. Large institutions often trade big blocks off exchange, adding even more complexity. Here's the key takeaway. Liquidity shouldn't be assessed at the individual combination level. Instead, look at the aggregate liquidity across all flavors and toppings. For example, our S&P 500 UCITS ETF might show modest volume in one combination, but when you combine all share classes, venues, and currencies, total liquidity is significantly higher. How does this work? Market makers can stitch together global liquidity pools across share classes, currencies, and venues, either through the issuer or via prime brokers and custodians. This stitching process has evolved significantly over the years and is a major driver of deeper UCITS ETF liquidity. We partner globally with a variety of market makers. Thank you to those who work tirelessly to provide efficient liquidity for UCITS investors around the world. In our next video, we'll take a deep dive into how underlying liquidity in UCITS ETFs works. Using our US Treasury building blocks as an example, we'll explore how Vanguard and the market makers themselves evaluate and manage the liquidity of the underlying securities. Remember, an ETF should be at least as liquid as its underlying assets.